And just like that, I have entered my next marathon, and it is
Hi guys, Chris here, and you are watching Here We Are Running. We are back with a training vlog. Yes, it's been a while, hasn't it? We've managed to get a few race vlogs in there, a few reviews, but not the regular sort of weekly videos that you're probably used to seeing on the channel. However, it's Saturday. It's a week until Christmas as I'm filming this. A week ago it snowed, and the snow's not gone anywhere because the temperatures have been so low here in the UK. That might change tomorrow, but as for today, we thought we'd get out on the trails whilst there's still a bit of snow around, because it's a lot safer running on the trails, even in compacted snow, than it is on the icy pavements. Before we go any further in the video, a big shout out to Stay Sky for keeping me warm this winter. Oh, it's really nice clothing. And as I say, it certainly helped me on my wintry runs to get out there, wrap up well and stay warm. Okay, so just like that, we're getting towards the end of our, what will be a 10-mile trail run today, partly North Downs Way, partly kind of running off of the North Downs Way onto some other flattish trails. And yeah, it's been enjoyable. Certainly warmed up when you're running, and I will end this little clip now, but I'll see you again on my next run, which will probably be tomorrow.
Well, in fact, it's actually Monday. The weather's changed completely. It is tipping down outside. And normally, if it's tipping down outside, I am not keen at all. I'm not motivated to get out that door. But today we are going to get out the door, and we've got a new waterproof rain jacket, but I've been waiting to test. Today is the perfect day to get it on and get out the door in the rain. Well, what a difference a day makes. It's wet, it's windy, and it's mild. But actually, I don't mind at all, because I have been waiting to try out this new Montane waterproof jacket. So it's getting its first test today. Although as soon as I went out the door, the rain's turned into more of a drizzle. So certainly not gonna get a lot of the testing done to see how waterproof it is, because any waterproof jacket should hold up to the rain that I'm getting here on this run. But it will be a good opportunity to see how breathable it is. And at the moment I'm feeling nice. I'm feeling nice and cozy inside, because I actually doubled up layered inside, which is a bit of a mistake. Didn't need it today. I think it's about 12 degrees Celsius. Much warmer than we're used to. So a single layer would have been fine. And just as I say that, it started to tip down with rain. Anyway, this is going to be about a 10-kilometre run, fairly easy pace. Just getting it done today.
And just like that, I have entered my next marathon, and it is the Brighton Marathon 2023. Yes, that's right, I am heading back to Brighton for my third time running the Brighton Marathon. I put a poll out on the channel to see what you guys guessed, which marathon I would be signing up for. It was about split between Brighton and Manchester. Yes, I have unfinished business at Manchester as well as Edinburgh. We aren't going to go back there in 2023, but we will be going back to Brighton. So why have I chosen Brighton instead of Manchester, instead of Edinburgh, instead of Paris? All were options. I was looking at them all, and particularly Manchester and Edinburgh, because I've definitely got unfinished business at both of those marathons. But they are quite some distance from where I am. And that means overnight stays, that means transport up and down to them. And because I hadn't booked anything when the events were first announced, it did mean that all the hotels nearby were pretty expensive. Travel's always going to be pretty expensive, and I just thought I don't really want to be spending that sort of money at this point in time. So Brighton was always an option until the Brighton Marathon, or the company that ran the Brighton Marathon, went out of business earlier this year. Went into administration, and since then they've been looking for another company to take over the events. That particular company had a lot of debts, hadn't paid people that ran and won the race in previous years, hadn't paid all the local small suppliers, and all of that money's pretty much gone. But announced this week, the London Marathon Company, they have taken over Brighton Marathon. They'll be running it for the next few years, and they've honoured all the people that had already signed up. They've honoured it. They're all going to be able to take part, and they've reopened entries. So that's made my mind up. It's local to me. I can get down there in the morning of the event. You do have to go down there and pick up your race pack the day before, assuming they carry on with that the way they used to run it, like that. Anyway, I'm going to be running the Brighton Marathon. I will be back to Manchester, I will be back to Edinburgh. I do have unfinished business at those events. There for another year. I feel at this point in time I just need to focus on improving my fitness and getting ready for what will be a really fantastic marathon, I'm absolutely sure, but it's not too far away from me, and that was a key factor in making the decision. But the one thing that is going to be a bit of a challenge is it's the 2nd of April that it's taking place. That isn't very far away. I would normally do a 16-week marathon training block. Well, there's only 15 weeks, I believe, including the week that we're on now. So this is week 1, and it's going to be a 15-week marathon training block instead of my normal 16. And I'm also coming at it from a point of I'm not as fit as I normally am when I go into marathon training. So we shall see what difference that makes. But I'm really looking forward to it. It's really motivated me, particularly this week, to get out there. I'm now training for something and looking forward to the challenge of getting fitter, seeing how close I can come to last year's time. Now, last year went particularly well for me, if you remember, but we will see how we get on at the Brighton Marathon 2023 in about 15 weeks time. So the start of this training block, it is pure base building, getting out there, easy pace runs primarily, and we will work upon that, just building up the fitness. So as well as the runs that you've seen this week, I did a 15k run in rainy conditions with Paul yesterday, and I've also took part in the Film My Run 500 on Zwift, which, if you've not heard of that before, it's 500 meters of elevation gain, treadmill on maximum incline, 12% for 4.2k. It's a real leg worker, but yeah, don't often get a chance to do that, so enjoy doing that on Tuesday. And talking about Zwift, if you hadn't noticed, I now have a regular Saturday afternoon slot on the Zwift Run channel, where I live stream whilst running on the treadmill whilst taking part in a Zwift event. So if you're at all interested in joining me for that, either in the virtual world of Zwift or just by watching it on the Zwift Run channel on YouTube, it'd be great to have you along, interacting in the YouTube chat during the run. And yeah, really good fun so far doing that. Been doing it a few weeks now, and I think again it's got me back into Zwift running, which, if you remember back to previous training blocks, really complements my outdoor running and helps me to get fitter quicker.
So just before we bring to an end the first episode of this new marathon training series, just wanted to summarise all of the runs that I've done since the previous Saturday all the way through to the end of this week. So that's up on the screen now. And guys, I do hope you will follow me through on this training series as we prepare for the Brighton Marathon. If you've liked this video, please do hit the thumbs up button to give it a like. And if you're new to the channel, then why not consider subscribing and start to follow the journey. But for now, guys, goodbye.